Oh, hello, royal subjects. It's Queen Margaret, the first of her name, and I am sharing with you my new royal decree. And I want you to read it over with me because you will have to follow, and you have no choice. Na 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 na, boo boo. So take a look. Valley Elementary School has a lot of expenses, and we need you, the students, to pay for them. Sorry, not sorry. So all your Google assignments must require a stamp, and stamps cost 5 cents each. So you might be wondering, where does the money go? Well, it doesn't go to you. It helps fund middle school field trips, so pretty neat. Right? So boys and girls, just so you know, you must do the Stamp Act, and you must pay. Otherwise, you might be expelled. So that is the rule of your queen, and you have no say in the matter. All right, boys and girls, Stamp Act is not real, okay? So what I'm doing here is I'm showing you what it's like to be in a monarchy. And imagine if our monarchy government was at our school. So a monarchy is when one person makes all the rules, and it doesn't matter if they're fair or not. So it definitely was not fair that your money was going towards a middle school field trip, and it was not fair that you had to pay in the first place, right? It was not fair at all. So today we're going to be talking about democracy, what we have as our system of government, versus a monarchy. Okay, so a monarchy is the old system of government we had from Britain, and we broke away from after the American Revolution. Democracy is what we have today. It's like voting, right? We elect officials. So here are some reasons why we left the monarchy. Okay, so remember this chart from yesterday has all different types of governments. So we have a democracy. That means it's ruled by the people, by many. So when you turn 18, think in your head right now, how many years is that away? You have the right to vote, and you get to change everything around you. I think this is one of the most important lessons in social studies because you have the power to influence. So when you become an adult, you can change so much about the community around you and our nation just by casting your vote. Because when you cast your vote, you can vote for leaders. And in our monarchy that we used to have, we had a king, and he proposed high taxes with no representation. So the colonists were paying all this money, but they weren't seeing their money being used for them. It was just going straight to Britain 3,000 miles away. So unfair. And British soldiers, I think this is crazy. I like to include this fact. British soldiers could come over and just basically take over your house. They could sleep in your home, eat your food. And there's also, with the monarchy, no power to vote for a leader. The king is the king. He was not voted there. He was inherited it. So his dad was the king, and his dad was the king. And so if you have a crazy king or a mad king or an unfair king, you got to tough it out, right? It's kind of a huge risk. Now, our new system, so we commonly say it's a democracy, but it's actually called a democratic republic. So in this, the citizens have the power, okay? Because people like you and me and your parents and your teachers, they have the power to make the change, not kings. And they do this through voting. So the citizens vote for leaders, and these elected leaders make laws and rules that govern their people. So I'm thinking right now a more relatable thing for you is the school board, right? So your parents and your family have voted for people to represent the school board, and they make decisions about our school, and they vote on them as well. So that's something that in our community that our Ben Salem has control over, who goes into the school board to make those laws and rules in place. All right, so boys and girls, this is the Declaration of Independence. And this is the document that the colonists sent over in 1776 to Britain. And they said, we don't want to have a monarch anymore. We want to start our new government with our own rules. So this actually kind of started the American Revolution because they said, we're not going to be under your control anymore. And Britain was like, nah, yes, you are. And they went to war. So it's pretty cool. We're actually looking at a primary document of the exact piece of paper that sent us to war and led us to the country we have today. So in the Declaration of Independence, the founding fathers wrote about, so Thomas Jefferson wrote this And he wrote that all men are created equal. So, meaning that no one has more power over another person, everyone is equal and everything is fair. And it also says this is a very famous quote: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Meaning that you have the ability to govern yourself, and our government can govern themselves too. Okay, so you are allowed to have property, you are allowed to get married, right? These are things that the government cannot take away from you because of this quote. So this is a huge thing that helped the principles of creating our government. And over here, I want you to write down 2 ideas that are found in the Declaration of Independence. And I just talked about 2 of them. So you talk about how people are equal, use these quotes to help you, or you can take a look on page 81 to help you as well too. So pause the video and write 2 ideas. Okay, so boys and girls, these are my simple answers. So 2 ideas found in the Declaration of Independence: all people are created equal, and everyone has the right to freedom and happiness. No matter who you are or where you're born in the United States, you have that right. It's unalienable. Okay, so right in the middle. So what you are going to do today is you are going to decide, would you like to stay in a democracy like we have in America? Or do you think it's better to have a monarchy? So you're going to have to reply in a Flipgrid. And I made this so that you can use it to help you form your opinion on your Flipgrid. Okay, so I want you to have at least 2 reasons why you think we should keep a democracy, or 2 reasons why we should change to a monarchy. Okay, so when you are talking in your Flipgrid, I want you to say, okay, so one reason I believe that we should have a democracy is that everyone has a voice and they can vote, and that everyone gets equal rights and no one has more power over the other. See how I gave 2 reasons to back up my opinion? That's what I am looking for you to do today too. Okay, so challenge if you say you want a monarchy, you have to come up with 2 powerful and persuasive reasons. Okay, so good luck today, citizens, not royal subjects.